Okay, today we are going to be doing a 2-point perspective cityscape. So the first thing you need to do is draw an eye level line across the center of your paper. So that's your horizon or eye level line. And then you're going to draw a vanishing point, number 1, and vanishing point number 2. The second thing we're going to do for this assignment is you are going to draw 2-inch border on this side and a 2-inch border on this side. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to tick mark on the, actually this ruler is exactly 2 inches. So I am going to use that to draw my 2-inch line. Okay. We're actually going to end up cutting off this space right here, but this gives us a better point to work with. Okay, next thing you're going to do is a center line. It's going to be your corner building. You're going to want it to be about 2 inches below the horizon line and about 3 above, or 3 below and 3 above. It can be between 5 and 6 inches. Okay, and then you're going to take that and take the top and the bottom of the line to both VP1 and to VP2. So. Okay, from here I'm going to put in the left side of my building. So you can use the bottom of your ruler and line it up with the edge of the paper and give yourself an edge to connect your guidelines. You can also put it right up against the edge of your actual building, your corner. Either way, as long as it's vertical, straight up and down, it's going to look okay. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to find the points at where we're going to put in your sidewalks and then your streets. So what I do is I go about 1/2 inch down, straight down from this line right here, and I put a dot, and then I double that, so 1, 2, about 1 inch, and go down, and then I do another 1/2 inch, approximately, put another dot, and then I'm going to connect every single one of these to the vanishing points. But this time we're going to go all the way across our paper as far as we can go. Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3, and yeah, so 3 lines. Okay, so here's the second line, or second set of lines. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and that gives us a basis for side. Oh, I did miss a line right here. You're going to extend the edges of your buildings on this bottom side. So that one gets extended there, and this one gets extended right here. Okay, so now you have a sidewalk, 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 and your streets. So if you go right in the center, right here, that should be the center point for your road, and you can help yourself remember that by putting your dotted line down the center. Okay, and the center for your dotted line on this side as well. Okay, and that's how you know that those are your streets. Okay, the next thing you're going to do, you can put in your sidewalk lines, and your sidewalk lines, these ones, okay, all of these ones need to go to that VP. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here, and I'm just going to slowly start putting those in, and you have to rotate like a bicycle spoke. Oops, I forgot that one. And you rotate around. And the closer they get to the further apart there technically would be. Okay. There's a thing called doubling point, but we're not going to learn that today. So we're going to continue these. All the way up the sidewalk. So basically the sidewalks that go to VP2 now have to go to VP1 to get their actual lines. Okay, and vice versa. Okay. All right. So from here, the next set would be, I would do all of these sidewalk lines, but they would go over here. All right, now I'm going to continue this by showing you how to put some buildings behind this one and some buildings behind this one. Now the good news is your bottom line will always remain the same because it's on a road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my next corner of my building an alleyway apart from the first one I drew, but I'm going to go above that guideline here to get my next part of my building. Then the bottom of this line is already gone to VP2. Now it just needs to go to VP1. So I'm going to take the bottom, and this is going to be a very small line because the rest of the line will be hidden. If I was going to draw it, it would go into that building, and then that would be the side of that building, but you won't see any of that. So here's the back of that building, okay? And you can choose to make it tall and skinny, and we could have gone straight down from here, or you can continue it and let it go back behind the rest of that building. But now you're going to connect it to VP2 as well. I'm going to lighten up as I get that way so I don't have to erase as much. And again, I'm going to create the edge of my building. But this time I've got to go all the way up to this guideline because these guidelines, or this guideline is for this first building, not this second. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that out and that out. I'm going to go ahead and erase out the eye level line. Okay. Erase that out. Also, if I wanted to make this building skinnier, I could do that by putting my red line up against that and having it stop there. At which point, if I did that, I would have to erase out that little tiny triangle. And then that is the second building. Okay, doing the same thing on the other side. Here's the corner of my building. How tall it is depends on what you are trying to, what kind of building you're wanting to do. Okay, so I'm gonna go taller on this one, just for fun. Then I take it to the VP. I'm not gonna draw all the way back because I know I'm not gonna have it be super fat. And then this side's gotta go to the VP. Again, I don't want it to go all the way. And then the bottom of the line, it's already connected to VP1. Now it just needs to connect to VP2. Okay. Now I'm going to draw the edges of my box or building. I don't want it to be quite that thick, so I'm going to use those red lines on the inside to line it up perfectly. And give me a back of my building. Okay, and that's where I would darken it in right there. Okay. This one I'm going to have it going a little bit tall and skinny. Go all the way down. And then there's that building. And I would erase out all of the lines that go through the center of that building. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the sidewalk lines at this point. Oops. And that's how you get started on your 2-point perspective cityscape.